Сегодня мы опять проходим Stanley Parable Ультра Deluxe. Нам осталось не совсем уж там много концовок до прохождения полностью. Сейчас, видите, эта комната полностью закрыта теперь. Так. Я понял теперь. Нам осталось не совсем много концовок.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
А я помню, что будет. Ну тут что-то будет, я помню.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason.
Просто тут прикольно постоять. Скотч. Ключи. Это я не знаю. Это ключ. Лента. Гаечная. Швабра. Что это? Нет. Да, это та концовка. Мы должны пройти обычную концовку. Я не помню, концовку с музеем проходили ли мы. Надо будет пересмотреть. Ну, пока что пройдем две концовки. Две концовки, потом еще сейчас залью. Ой, сейчас музыка. Кстати, музыка прикольная, мне нравится. Котик. USA.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Оп. Так, пока мы будем спускаться. У нас там много времени, еще надо подождать. Я пока что посмотрю концовки на своем канале, которые были.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
А, нет. Концовку с музеем мы вроде бы как прошли.
Never mind.
Да.
Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Да, концовку с музеем мы прошли. Теперь надо в файлах игры посмотреть. Ой, каких файлах игры? В моих записях. Надо будет глянуть и пройти несколько других концовок. Так, сейчас пока что я зайду.
This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
А мне
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Как я... Ладно, вот так сделаем.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Ладно. Там я пересмотрю. Сейчас пройду на две концовки, которые я не проходил.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Так. О май гад, это же кабинет начальника.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Песенка классная, мне нравится.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this
42
stunning
концовки?
revelation and to move forward with... No,
Концовки?
no, wait. No, I need
Но
more
нет.
time to process.
Концовки левой двери. Подсобка. Следуя инструкции рассказчика, за перегровом вы обросите. На ней будет висеть табличка «Баки трум» без того, чтобы идти вперед, пройдите внутрь всех. По-настоящему насладитесь этим местом.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing, of course, going back down the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Тут много концовок еще. Очень много концовок. Ну прям капец. Обратный отсчет я проходил вне записи. Свобода. Рай? Что?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a minute. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This
Надо будет много пройти.
Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the
Смотрите.
most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Концовочка.
And it's really all because of you.
Эй!
You're the one who took this bold
это не
step
то.
of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
В этом видео мы запишем много концовок. 3 или 4. Ну что, 42 концовки? Что мне делать, а?
This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Мы, короче, популярите. Где мы проведем пресс-конференцию? Будет находиться за углом. Стэнли, Стэнли, это мы. Мы популярные. World Peace Baby.
Ah, yes. Here it is, just through this door. All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling.
Фуф, let's go. Я же у нас популярный.
Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you.
Let's go.
Get them.
Это я, Стэнли. Ликуйте. Громко. Так, таки. Есть, конечно, конечная концовка. А вот мы и прошли.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Смотрите, рай. Бам. Сиквел. Теперь это у нас сиквел.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Не водится. Смотрите, мы сейчас попадем в рай. Активируйте кабинет, компьютер на столе секретаря перед кабинетом начальника. Хорошо. Конечно, конечная концовка — это руины будут. Интересно, буду ли я проходить все 42 концовки? Скорее всего, да.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Подожди, что? Так... А, вот он. Ага. Активируйте компьютер на рабочем столе кабинета Стэнли.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Вот он.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, Stanley went around touching every little thing.
Все. Смотрите теперь. Добро пожаловать, Стэнли, в рай. Теперь смотрите. Там не обязательно все кнопки нажимать, как я понимаю. Чего? Давайте нажмем все кнопки. О, нет, я не буду это нажимать, все. Я даже не хочу.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Ничего не понял, но что-то там страшно. Ну, я так думаю, мы прошли. Когда доберетесь до лестницы. Ага. Концовка двери слева. Ага, теперь спасательная капсула. Концовка. Ведерко, смотрите. Давайте пройдем все концовки все-таки. Как-никак. Смотри, сейчас дико забайтим бота просто максимально. Есть же. О нет.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Сейчас забайтим бота,
Okay, I think we...
Да, мой бот. Эй. Вот эта дверь. Так, она сейчас загружает, нам нужно наверх подняться. You are now leaving. 460 нам нужно. Очень много концовок. 42 концовки. И как я это должен буду пройти? Видит так 10-12 должно быть, чтобы я все прошел уж. Ну ладно, пройдем. Зато все концовки пройдем. Ура! Так, все. Escape. Сейчас игра должна перезагрузиться вроде как. Спасательная капсула. Нет, нет! Я хочу спасательную капсулу. Не собирайте ее у меня. Это тоже, кстати, концовка. Знали? Не знали. Такие концовки Такие себе не будем проходить, лень, потому что как бы максимально, сами понимаете. Музей. Мы прошли. Квартира. Так, квартиру прошли. Искусство требует жертв. Что? Теперь вам нужно пройти через синюю дверь 3 раза. В этот момент рассказчик вернет вас в комнату с 2 дверями. Левая и правая. На этот раз будет 3-я дверь. Следуйте инструкции рассказчика, выставляя оценки, пока не начнется игра. И здесь вы столкнетесь с настоящими трудностями. Чтобы получить этот финал, придется играть в игру с красной кнопкой в течение 4 часов. Более того, спустя первые 2 часа рассказчик добавит вторую кнопку, которую также нужно будет своевременно нажимать. Если ошибетесь или самостоятельно прекратите нажимать на кнопки, сможете получить игру. Нафиг пошел, а? Холодные ноги. Пройдя к желтой платформе на складе, встаньте на нее, и как только она начнет двигаться, вернитесь назад на твердую землю. После того, как рассказчик предложит спрыгнуть вниз, якобы герой выживет. Так, я это делал. Запутанная концовка. Игровая концовка. Давайте пройдем финальную концовку. Но это ли...
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Чего? Ладно, версия Ультра Deluxe. Чего? Красный мостик. Давайте пройдем. Игровая концовка с Rocket League'ами, там, со всем этим.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ага, важно отметить, что этот финал немного отличается в зависимости от версии. В обоих случаях вы получите нужно спрыгнуть с желтой платформы на складе на красный мостик, а затем 3 раза пройти через синюю дверь. После этого вы выполните простые инструкции, а затем, когда появится красная кнопка, не нажимайте на нее. Ребенок попадет в огонь, но отсюда начнется путь в нужный финал. А где этот красный мостик? Мостик? О, фигурка Стэнли. Пока. Danger. Да. У меня... Да, ты злой.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but
Ты
I
злой.
really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Хорошо.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Нет, не through the
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley
Опа,
walked
опа,
through
сейчас
the
он
red
сзади
door.
окажется.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Не.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Новая идея.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Теперь нужно просто идти по инструкциям.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
А мне нужно нажимать? Я так и не совсем понял. Допустим. А что мне нужно делать? В обоих случаях на склад на красный мотик, затем через синюю дверь. После этого выполните простые инструкции, затем, когда появится красная кнопка. Допустим. Оценим на 3.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
Открывай дверь.
Based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. Да боже мой. Опять это лидерборд. А куда мне идти, вопрос?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Давай, загружай меня.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and
И это 4 часа надо проходить, кстати, знаете.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard.
Ага, я мерзавец.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Комнату с надписями 437.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
А я знаю, что это
Well, it
за
seems
игра.
obvious to me that you are meant to play as
Тут
a
лагает,
crane
это я
man,
знаю.
spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort of
Ой, лагает. Низко.
twisted erotic.
Пока что так посидим.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Let's go. А куда мне идти? Алло! А, понятно. Нам нужно в Rocket League спуститься, пацаны. Rocket League. А где я вам Rocket League найду?
No, it can't be.
Что это такое?
It is. It's an open world game.
John
Good God, quickly block it off.
Ты down?
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Firewatch нам
Something
нужно.
with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Сейчас посмотрим. О, да, Rocket League. Let's go.
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley.
Какой
I think it's
спортбол? Это
sports
Rocket
ball.
League, дядя.
What fun.
Вон название.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Бельгия,
Yes. I think
Камерун,
so. We must.
Канада,
Okay, Stanley,
Чили.
here's the ball. Have fun.
Не вижу, что это. Перу. Пока, дядя, пока. Я попрыгал.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Я собрался к себе домой. До свидания. Ема!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know?
437. Это Backrooms. Это же Backrooms. Backrooms. Это не оно. 437 мне нужно. «437». Ема там учила сетапчик неплохой. 437. Или 27. Вообще без разницы как-то. А, подожди-ка, надо глянуть. Перемещайтесь, пока не обнаружите комнату. Эй!
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Близок, очень близок.
Very soon. I can wait.
Подожди, куратор. А меня загрузит, алло. Я не нашел комнату 437. Все понятно.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Meeting today. Meeting room. Давайте в meeting room пройдем. Там что-то на... Этот... Дядя какой-то в meeting room. Хотя... Пропавший Стэнли. Сэнди. Концовки перед дверями. А, смотрите. Подойдите к стулу за столом 434. Чтобы забраться нам на стол, присядьте, как только вы окажетесь. Пока!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Тебе надоел этот прикол?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Нема тут А что мне делать? Алло! Допустим. Нафиг идите. Я спрячусь.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the
Это
pressure.
тоже, кстати,
What
концовка.
if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Так, осталось не сильно. Что? Одежда! Это еще одна концовка. Ну, такой не надо упускать. Это лакичный момент. Синяя комната. Где синяя комната? Доска. Окно. Концовка перед дверями. The ending. Это не то. Так. Сейчас. А, вот. Когда это... И обнаружите концовку с белой доской для консоли или чекбокс для включения лая.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Чего? А что мне делать?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was hoping.
Ну ладно. Дальше. Это, в принципе, это не концовка, а просто чекбоксик. Но в следующей серии еще будет 2 серии. И мы пройдем всю игру The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Всем до свидания, всем удачи и всем пока-пока-пока-пока-пока-пока-пока.